Hello everyone, and welcome to Puma Studios. Today I am taking a nostalgia trip back to the galaxy far, far away to build a Phantom TIE. This TIE fighter first appeared in 1995's Star Wars Rebel Assault 2 on the PC and PlayStation. I remember renting this game for the PC when I was little, and it was always a struggle to get it running on a Windows 95, but I still had a lot of fun playing it. Although I don't think I ever really got past the third level with the Corellian Star. It wasn't until years later that I played the PlayStation version and was able to see the TIE Phantom. We can probably debate if the game holds up 30 years later, but I think this TIE design is still something that holds up today. I recently got Rebel Assault 2 on Steam for some more references, and I'm still not great at the game. Anyway, the TIE Phantom I am building today is in 1/72nd scale and was modeled by NerdMaker. I have links to his Instagram and Etsy page in the description below. Please go check them out. He does some really incredible work. I printed this on my Anycubic Photon Mono M5 in Anycubic's Tough Resin 2.0. That was probably a little overkill, but that's just the resin I had on hand. I did notice some of the vents on the sides of the main hull were distorted. I'm not sure why that happened. It's more than likely user error. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'll just say it's battle damage from the fighter you steal in the game. And while I'm removing the supports and prepping these parts for paint, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my channel and some of my plans moving forward. You'll find some older Let's Play videos on here and some newer card pack openings. My brother and I just like to collect, play games, and make stuff. So if you're interested, please subscribe so you can keep up with our latest projects. I do have a few more projects in mind after this video is uploaded. In fact, I've already pulled the remaining parts for a future project out of the printer. But back to the TIE Phantom, after doing just a little bit of sanding to knock down some printer lines and support remains, I primed everything in a flat gunmetal gray. There is a stand that comes with these TIE Phantom files. I printed it on my CR10 in PLA, and I'm just going to leave it as the raw print, mostly because I'm lazy. I also went ahead and did some assembly by putting in the two seats for the pilot and gunner, as well as their control consoles. After I had everything primed, then I went ahead and did some painting inside the cockpit, adding some red dots to indicate buttons for the control panels. And then I also used some silver leaf rub and buff just to rub it on some of the details. This is actually the back piece of the flight deck. And then I also did the same thing on the control consoles just to highlight some of those details. Then I had some masking on the wings to do, just to keep the dark color protected while I added the main color. I used Mission Models Dark Ghost Gray. I'm not sure if these are the right colors for this ship, but these are the paints that I have on hand. I'm not striving for total accuracy, it just needs to be good enough for me to be happy with displaying it on my shelf. After that, I was able to remove the masking tape and reveal the gunmetal gray below, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks. There are a few little details to paint. I'm just going to do it by hand. I'm using this model color gunmetal gray. It's actually a little metallic to it, and there's just these little details on the back and fronts of the wings. There's also a few details on the very back of the TIE Phantom, including the engine nozzles that I painted in the same gunmetal gray. After that, I sanded down the paint on the wings where they would attach to the hull. I just wanted to make sure that the glue had a good enough surface to adhere to the hull better. You don't want to glue paint to paint. That is a very bad idea, and I've definitely done that in the past. And here are all the completed parts, and really that's it. There's not a lot of parts, and it's a very simple build to put together. Then I wanted to add a few little weathering marks on the TIE Phantom's hull. I am basing this off of the TIE Phantom that you see in the end of the game. There are a few scorch marks and blast marks on it, so I just wanted to add those in there. Then it's on to assembling. I installed the flight deck into the main hull, and then I attached the very back piece onto the hull. and I had it rotated the wrong way, so I'm pointing at the piece that goes on the very bottom of the ship, and I went ahead and installed the very front canopy piece too. All that's really left is the wings. We'll just ignore that wing did not stay, but after I held it for a few seconds, we were all good, and it was just attaching the other two wings. Very simple assembly, and I'm really impressed with how well this goes together and how well it looks once you have it all together. Then with the final wing on, that's it. The assembly is done. After that, I did a matte clear finish just to help to protect the acrylic paint before I did just a little bit of weathering. I used this Citadel Color Shade Newlin oil. I'm sorry if I say that wrong. But I went ahead and just stippled that on there with my paintbrush, and then all you do after that is just wipe away the excess. And I know the Empire does a lot better taking care of their ships than the Rebels, but I have a hard time making stuff and not weathering it. But on something like this, I think it really helps make those little tiny details pop, and just adds just a little more life to something like this. After I did a pass of the whole ship with that wash, that was pretty much it. Now we'll do some glamour shots. And that will do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. You can find me on Instagram. It is Puma_Studios38. Other than that, you can find me right here on YouTube, so please subscribe so you can see the next build. Thanks.